All right, y'all. This is getting far more crazier as the day goes by, man. Because I'm just going ahead and reserve my thoughts at the end of this video, but let me just get into it real quickly here. Now, Deontay Wilder was quoted in his recent interview with the LA Times on how he moved on to the Ortiz fight rather than try to pursue a unification, undisputed unification bout with Anthony Joshua. Presumably, he gets by Andy Ruiz, whatnot, and so forth. But there was an interesting quotes that were picked out of that interview, and it was actually published on Boxing Scene, by the way. Now, I'm only paraphrasing what was said, but I'll definitely leave a link to the article below in the description box. Now, he said that he reached out to Anthony Joshua recently. I'm not sure how. He said recently he reached out to him, and he asked to meet with him via FaceTime. Joshua refused only because he would only do it unless there was a third party involved. And Wilder is sitting there scratching his head, and this is according to Wilder. He's scratching his head and saying, "Well, wait a minute. Why you want to meet with? Why would you want a third party involved? All I want to do is talk to you FaceTime to set out whatever differences we have, and as if we're mutual friends." That's what Wilder said. He said, "Wait, are you scared of me or something? What's the deal with that?" I mean, then Wilder went on to say is that the point is that at the end of the day, he has a boss. I don't. Meaning Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's his boss. That's how things are. And it seems like they're begging for a fight with me. Now, there's one thing I gotta take issue to what Deontay said there. One is that Deontay Wilder is not his own boss. Let's keep it real. He's not his own boss. Now, if you read the little snippet of Al Heyman's contracts that the draft of his contracts that he sends over to his fighters, they cannot make any decisions unless there are without his consent or approval. All right, so Al Heyman is his boss at the end of the day. Plain and simple. All right. Now, the one thing I do have to say is the word begging for a fight. Now, I know most of the AJ fans is like, yeah, he's begging. AJ's begging for a fight. This is for an undisputed fight. You should make the fight. Totally agree. But where was the energy a year ago or 2 years ago when Wilder was begging for that Anthony Joshua fight? You guys went out and said that, oh yeah, he needs to, he needs to beg. AJ shouldn't even give him the fight. But now all of a sudden, it's okay for AJ to beg for the fight. The tables have turned. Now let's be real. Let's be real. I think AJ should beg for the fight because this is a very important fight in the heavyweight championship. For the heavyweight championship, we haven't had an undisputed clash in 20 years. But the hypocrisy here is that everybody who were pissed off at Wilder 2 years ago for begging for a fucking fight are now mad that Wilder is now stalling out, just like how AJ stalled him out a couple years ago. So this is crazy. This is crazy, and this is conclude to my my last remarks here about what I have to say here. I'm gonna stand by my position on this. I think both camps are stringing everybody along here. They already got the fight made. They're just waiting for the right time to announce it. I have a reason to believe it's going to be announced next year or probably early 2021. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen this year. We know that. But they're just waiting for the right time to announce it. That's what's going on here. So I just want to put this video out. You guys can come to your own conclusions. Basically, this is going to be a divided situation, which is good for both Wilder and AJ camps. And let me tell you why. It's because, again, it goes to the fact that they're marinating the process. And the more we talk about this and the more we focus on this issue between Wilder and AJ, the more it builds interest for the fight. And the more interest it builds, the more revenue that both sides can max out, which is a cash out for both fighters, for Joshua and Wilder. So, yeah. Let me know what your thoughts about this. Again, I'm going to post a link to the article below. I'm out. Peace.